Don't think they necessarily want the Viego in this draft, though. Feels pretty easy to stop the Viego from being impactful with Maokai, Alistair.
I think you want real frontline, but it looks like Sounder wants to carry. I don't know about that. I actually think the Poppy was a really good choice.
Yeah,
See
I
what
like
Double
Poppy
H is
more.
going to settle with, but no, it's going to be the Viego.
Your early game impact can be quite high with Viego here, but so can Poppy. So I still feel like the Poppy would be better, but Cassante into Mihail here on the top side on his Jax, and I still overall really like the draft of Nongshim better because they have Engage, they have Peel, they have Poke, and then they have resets if you get the first elimination with this Viego. Whereas for D+, Rahel has to do the heavy lifting, I think, in this draft, and that has worked for them sometimes in the past, but with Thumb at his side, hard to get the Zeri accelerated early on. Really gonna have to survive through some tough mid-game fights, and then you've got to deal with Jax's side lane. You don't have a side lane threat yourself.
Just not close on health bar. His Thumb's rotating over, does turn off the lights here just a little bit inside the jungle. Lucid just farming. And a big Pulverize does come in. We'll see whether Sounder does go for this attempted steal. I think this could work out. Double H is being frustrated. Lucid going to be able to secure that, but can they win the fight is the question. Poolbay's moving over. Sounder going to get headbutted around. There's a Heartbreaker. Gets himself out of there, but he's not out of the woods just yet, and Lucid going to come forward. Extendo Beam locks down the kill, and that is the worst case scenario for Nongshim.
Your mid laner's out of position. They get a free Herald charge. This is optimistic.
Well, yeah, Rahel is going to ult. Thumb going to get a headbutt, but there's Killer Instinct, and Vital wants to be able to lock this one down. Oh, the Ignite just finishing. Vital will be denied, but this wave will also be denied. Nongshim now looking to try and fight for this second dragon. Mountain is on the rift. We do have the opportunity of the clouds, and we love to see that. Could be Chemtech as well. As Mihail trying to be that frontline. Double H is extraordinarily low as Vital has to flash away from Rahel. This could be a disaster. And this is what we were talking about earlier, right? You press the R button on Maokai, get objective. You know, straight into either Berserkers or Sorks and then Nashers, but instead he has gone for possibly an earlier Rage Blade as Mihail is in dead. He is in dead.
He's been having a bit of a rough one, and this time Lucid gets it done without pressing the R button. Nongshim definitely coming into this series a little bit shaky here in this first game, and I am kind of with you. I think it might be an early Rage Blade, as Call Me should be fine here. Does have to use his ultimate, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, Thanatos now just going to flash him. That was a bit of a spectator error there. Not an error of the spectator. Yundo's doing a great job, but the client itself just showed the all-out not really working, and then Call Me teleported.
I feel like D+ have enough of a lead here. Sounda, I'm going to say probably don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it!
He's tempted. I mean, he does have Heartbreaker and Flash, so technically he can get in and out, but I wouldn't risk it.
I just don't think it's worth
a single Chemtech Drake as the Jace, and that is very important for D+. Because if the Jace sort of turns into a non-factor, then you really only have a Zeri as, okay, they're just going to dive onto said Zeri. Now they don't have a Zeri. I mentioned that they could only have a Zeri. They don't have a Zeri. Thumb is going to interrupt Call Me, and he's just going to get taken down. You can see Sounder trying to get on top of the Alistair, but he's knocked away. The Mega Blast Cone destroys him. And now Vital looking for that opportunity. Mihail doesn't get the Counter-Strike, though, and everyone dives on top of the Kaiser. He'll be taken down. Mihail's trying to escape, but he's in a Baron Pit and he's dead. And D+ just obliterate Nongshim right before the Baron.
I mean, it's also not even the soul for Chemtech, so Nongshim, it's very awkward to decide what you want to do here because now the Jax is trying to push on the same side of the rift as the Dragon, so he's kind of feeling like he's got to opt into this team fight here. No flash.
Yeah, these shock blasts. Vital is the one that's supposed to be becoming a poke champion, and he's just not there. Meanwhile, Poolbay is doing the most damage in the game by the largest of margins. Double H looking for that flank angle. He may actually not be seen, but the rest of the fight is going to start. Emperor's Divide onto 2, but it's not fantastic. Call Me gonna have to try and get out of here, but he's not gonna be able to. Double H not really getting anything done, but they do kill Poolbay, and that is something. And then the Zeri is just gonna murder the rest of Nongshim. Drake is gonna go over to D+ as well, and Rahel is now flashing on top of them. Sounder will be the first one to die. Double H gonna go down as well, as Jet Set Radio is indeed the future here for D+. And yeah, I think they'll just walk through the bit of base that's been obliterated and take game 1.
That's about 6,000 damage for Rahel in that last fight, and said he wasn't necessarily going to be the guy who's going to clutch it out or make the impressive mechanical Zeri play, but you know what? He will do the pew-pew damage.
Oh,
he will
yeah.
bounce those hits through. He will hit a big ultimate and chase you over the wall, and that is it for game 1. D+, dominating. It wasn't even close here, not for a second. Okay, maybe like the first 8 minutes of the game where we're like, it's really close, but beyond that, it wasn't close for a second.
Yeah, I wonder whether they're just going to 6-0 these finals. It would be absolutely insane. But first game, definitely going their way. And some experimentation done in the draft here for Nongshim, but I think that they were honestly just outplayed for the majority. And I very proudly voted for Thumb. I think that the guy
It was a great game
in
from him.
so many of these team fights was absolutely amazing. Yes, the very large line in the middle of the screen probably dictates who he's going to pick up the POG, but I don't care.
It looks like the damage graph was giving the finger to Nongshim on this one.
True! No!
And, I mean, those shot blasts hit so incredibly well, and he really...
Wait, Thumb is actually the Thumb.
I know! That's
Oh
the
my
crazy
god!
It's yeah.
Oh,
He's
he
gonna
gets
get
it, my boy!
He's gonna get it. 83.3% kill participation. That last play where he got on top of Call Me was just pretty insane. It didn't help, unfortunately, for Nongshim Esports Academy that Sounda also zoomed in on Zeri and also instantly died right afterwards. But like, the kill onto Call Me there was pretty impressive. His laning phase was very good. His defense of the blue buff in the early game as well, very solid. Always having the confidence to hold his ult as well when it looked like maybe he was going to get caught by Call Me and somebody's engaging onto him. He's like, nah, I actually think I have enough tankiness in me so I can hold that ultimate, rejoin my teammates, use it for the team fight later. He was very clean, 0 deaths in this game.